So in this video we're going to look at just expanding some brackets. So myself and Digby here are going to take us through how to expand these single brackets and just put them in the most simplest form possible. Now, if you remember from when I've talked to you before about brackets in particular, you remember that they're really important because of BIDMAS. And BIDMAS, the B in BIDMAS stands for brackets, and it's the most important thing in any calculation because it has to happen first. So when you've got brackets, you must calculate whatever's in the bracket first before you do any other operation. Now, the problem we've got is that basically here we have an X in that bracket, and because we have an X, we don't know what X is. So under normal circumstances, we would add these two things together, and then where we've got the 2 next to the bracket, remember if there's nothing there, that means times, so we would then times that by 2. But because it's an X and not a number, we can't do that, and so in order for us to get rid of the bracket, we have to expand it out. Now in reality, what would happen, like I said, is we would add these two things together, and then the result of that would be doubled. So a way around that, if you like, is by actually multiplying each of these things by 2. So that's another way that we could write it. Now I like to put little lines in like this just to show what it is that I'm doing. You can do that if you want to, if it helps. I think it helps to show the process. So remember, nothing here. In algebra that means that we're multiplying. So we do 2 times x. And again, because it's algebra, instead of writing 2 times x, we just write 2x. So that just means 2 lots of x, whatever x happens to be. So for example, if x was 7, we would have 14. If x was 10, we'd have 20, and so on. And then we just do 2 times positive 3. The sign goes with whatever it's in front of. So that's a plus 3. So 2 times plus 3 is 6. So we just get plus 6, and that is our answer. So that is just essentially, it's another way of writing this, okay? So we've got the exact same expression just written in a different way, and sometimes you might start with this and be asked to go backwards, and that process is called factorising. Okay, and if you have a look, there's another video on factorising where we work backwards to get back to this process. So same thing again here, so we're going to multiply 5 by everything inside the bracket. So we're going to do 5 times by 2x. So it's the same as before, but we've got 5 times 2 as well. So 5 times 2 is 10, so then we just end up with 10 lots of x. So we have 10x, and then we do 5 times negative 4. 5 times negative 4 is negative 20, okay? Same again down here, we're going to multiply out. Now this time I've made this one a little bit more tricky because I've got 3x times by 2x, okay? So 3x times by 2x, we can change the order of the multiplication to do it however we want to. So we can do 3 times 2 to give us 6, and then we can do x times x. Now, if I times something by itself, another way of writing that is to say it's squared. So 2 times 2 I can write as 2 squared. Okay, those two expressions are the same. Now, because we don't know what x is, we can write it as x squared, and it's just a simpler way of writing it. Rather than writing x, we can write x squared. It's just a shorter way of writing it. And again, because it's algebra, we just put the things together. We don't need to put the times sign in, okay? So we end up with 6x squared. And then we have 3x times by the 5, and that's similar to this one here. So we do 3 times 5, which is 15, and it's positive, so it's plus 15. And then with the x, we just put the x next to it, okay? Now, I thought I'd add this one in at the bottom because essentially this is the same thing, but I've got 2 brackets to collect together. So I've got a bracket plus another bracket, not to be confused when you've got 2 brackets which are multiplied together. Here we're adding them. So the first step is to expand both the brackets. So 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Then we have plus, and we do 4 times 2x, which is 8x. And 4 times by negative 2, which is negative 8. Okay. And now all we do is we collect together the like terms, all right? So we collect together the x's, so we've got 6x there, and we've got plus 8x there. So 6x plus 8x gives us 14x. Then we have negative 4 plus, if you like, negative 8. So we've got negative 4 and a negative 8 to collect together. Now if we do that, think about a number line. There's 0. Imagine you're at negative 4, because that's where we start, and we want to take away another 8. So if we're at negative 4 and we want to take away another 8, where do we end up? We actually end up at negative 12. And so that is your answer for that one, okay? So just have a look through those, try and write them out yourselves again, you know, pause it at any point so you can have a look at how we actually do it. But essentially the process remains the same. You multiply what's outside the bracket by everything inside the bracket. Okay, thank you.